Today's oracle pull is from Deep, Dark, and Dangerous Oracle by Stacy DeMarco. We have the Minotaur and compassion. Extend compassion to others and yourself. Pity is not compassion. Be aware that you may be scapegoated or that you are scapegoating others. Take responsibility for your actions. Look deeper before making decisions about others, and seek your shadow. When we think of the great bull of Crete, we often think about the frightening, violent creature in the labyrinth and the hero needing to overcome it. Yet the shadow in this story is not the creature, but those around him. Minos is one of 3 brothers vying for the throne of ancient Crete. Crete, at the time, was one of the most powerful centers of influence in the known world. Minos argues that the kingship should go to him because of his uniquely good relationship with the gods. He states that all he needs to do is ask gods for something and it will happen. To prove this, he performs a ritual and prays to the sea god Poseidon, asking that a bull come from the ocean. He promises that this bull will be sacrificed back to the god as thanks. Amazingly, a bull walks out of the ocean, a magnificent white bull, perfect in form, dazzling everyone on the beach. Minos is given the kinship and becomes ruler. However, it is here that he makes his first mistake. Minos thinks the bull so beautiful that he decides to keep it for himself and sacrifice a lesser bull to Poseidon. Everyone knows that an animal marked for sacrifice to a deity isn't to be kept for oneself, as this is hugely insulting to the gods. Poseidon is no exception and punishes Minos by making his faithful wife Persephone fall in love with the bull. She mates with the bull and births a baby she loves, yet it has the head of a bull. There is outrage in the kingdom, and the child, the Minotaur, is eventually placed in a specially constructed maze below the palace. He lives there lonely for the most part, but is visited by his sister and his mother occasionally until his father yet again changes things. Minos' other son, Andrengios, is killed in Athens. In his revenge, Crete attacks Athens and wins, imposing a penalty. This penalty is that every 9 years, some say every year, Athens must supply 7 young men and 7 young women to be given back as sacrifices to the Minotaur. A boat with black sails is dispatched to carry these young people to their deaths. This goes on for 3 sacrifice cycles until the Athenian hero and son of Aegis, the king Theseus, decides to kill the Minotaur and stop the sacrifices. Theseus tells his father that if he is successful, he will fly a sail of white instead of black. Theseus meets Arachne, and they fall in love. She agrees to help him make his way in and out of the complex labyrinth to kill the Minotaur. She shows him how to leave a trail by unraveling a ball of wool behind him as he goes. Theseus meets the Minotaur, kills him, and frees the other prisoners. He sails back to Athens in triumph with her and her sister, but forgets to raise the white sail. The king, on the lookout for his son's ship returning, sees the all-black sails and presumes his son is now dead. He commits suicide by throwing himself off the cliff into the ocean, another death added to the story tale. It is worth remembering the Minotaur did nothing wrong and was not inherently evil. He was the product of family trauma and the scapegoat of the bad behavior of others. What if he had not been disowned and shunned? What if his uniqueness was an asset and not used as something monstrous? What if he had been shown compassion and not disdain? Literally, the Minotaur was the embodiment of the dark part of the family or a person's own consciousness that lives hidden and that no one really wants to see.